Good afternoon. Welcome students, parents, teachers, staff, and community members to the 2019-2020 Elementary Awards Assembly. We are here today to recognize students who have excelled in various academics and who have contributed to our school through their service. Before we begin, I'd like to thank Mr. Hutton, our school superintendent, Board of Education members, Mr. Hewer, the high school principal, and Mr. Riemann, the middle school principal, for their support of our programs at Osage City Elementary School. I'd also like to thank the teachers and staff for their dedication and caring attitudes that make our school so successful. I'd also like to thank our parents and guardians. These last few weeks have been very challenging for you, but our school is so grateful for everything you've done to make our continuous learning plan successful. Last but definitely not least, I want to thank our students. You guys make our school rock, and I am so blessed to have such caring students who appreciate their peers and the many adults that they see every day. With that, I'd like to introduce Darcy Keefe, our school counselor, who will begin our awards program.
Okay. I am going to start by talking about student ambassadors. Normally in this situation, we would be giving a passing of the lanyards. And so I'm a little bit sad that we're not passing the lanyards, but that doesn't take away from how awesome the student ambassadors for this last semester did. I want to thank them for all of their hard work and just openness to trying something new. I know I asked some of them to go out of their comfort zone a little bit, and I'm proud of them for doing so. We will be having the passing of the lanyards at the beginning of next school year when we elect new student ambassadors. But thank you again to the current student ambassadors. So I'm going to just by grade level say each of their names to recognize them. My third grade student ambassadors were Lincoln Simpt, Jordan Lichtai, Kaylee Teal, Elias Jordan, Grady Bellinger, and Caden Bossy. Those were our third grade student ambassadors, so they have 2 more years to become student ambassadors again. Fourth grade student ambassadors were Liam Vaughn, Madison Heptonstall, Avery Thielen, Max Pearson, Sophia Brab, and Keaton Dooling. And then my 5th grade student ambassadors, which I would like to give just an extra special thank you to them because they went above and beyond. They were our leaders for our school in many, many different ways. And I really appreciate all the things that they did. I know that this school year ending the way that it did not give them the opportunity to do all the things they really wanted to do for our school. But that doesn't mean that their effort is not appreciated. So 5th grade student ambassadors, thank you for all of your hard work. Lakin Peterson, Cameron Fulgenberg, Kenna Guerin, Sydney Strongram, Tori Dorman, and Zach Green. Again, thank you, student ambassadors, for all of your hard work. I really appreciate everything that you've done, and I know our school has as well. Okay, sorry about that, guys. We had some technical difficulties, but we are back. And I was getting ready to talk about the volunteer award. I really enjoy being able to get to be the person that presents this because I feel like these people are very integral and special to our school. So each year at OCES, we like to take time to honor these individuals who put forth this time and this effort to come and help our students on a volunteer basis. Their gift of time is priceless, and we really do appreciate everything that they do. We do have a small gift for them, which are these flowers that I will be delivering later this afternoon. And it's really just a small token of the appreciation that we think that they actually deserve. But we would really like to express a heartfelt thank you to each of them for their volunteer time at our school. And so we're going to applaud Audrey Garten and Maxine Sahlberg for being our volunteers this year. And the next person up on our awards assembly is Mrs. Kathy Reed, and she will be talking about the AR program.
Greetings, everyone. I am excited to be able to present the accelerated reader certificates for the top 3 readers in each class. We'll start with the A section. Third place in 1A goes to Taylor Lichtai with 46.4 points. Second place, Isaiah Allen Estes with 52.5 points. First place, Lauren Riemann with 63.6 points. From 2A, third place, James Riley with 42.8 points. Second place, Garrett Dorsey with 54.3 points. And first place, Kendall Boss with 100.1 points. And welcome back. We had some more technical difficulties. We're going to start with 3A. Let's go with third place from Jordan Lichtai with 52.8 points. Second place, Amelia Stark with 82.6 points. First place from 3A goes to Brinley Harmon with 113.4 points. From 4A, third place goes to Raylan Spade with 44.9 points. Second place, Sophia Brab with 57.4 points. And first place, Miss Abigail Stark with 69.5 points. From 5A, third place goes to Sawyer Dorsey with 52.9 points. Second place, Leah Riemann, 94.9 points. And first place, Colton Collins with 164.5 points. Now, moving to the B sections. 1B, third place, Faith Bishop with 23 points. Second place, Dalton Courtois with 27.4 points. And first place, Cody Krause with 30.8 points. Moving along to 2B, third place, Leighton Buckman with 26.7 points. Second place, Michael Stark with 30.3 points. And first place, Miss Genevieve Bergeron with 43.2 points. Moving to 3B, third place goes to Grady Bellinger, 34.4 points. Second place, Tabor Gantenbein with 46.3 points. And first place, Lena Stuckey with 101.2 points. 4B, third place, Max Pearson, 64.5 points. Hazel Phillips in second with 76.2 points. And first place goes to Lincoln Teal, 83.2 points. In 5B, third place goes to Madison Patrick with 43.8 points. Second place, Tatum Little with 92.6 points. And first place, Victoria Dorman with 159 points. Closing in on the C section, we'll go with 1C. Third place goes to Jenna Brenner with 21.1 points. Second place, Miss Avery Talkington with 25.5 points. And first place, Ken Liang with 30.8 points. In 2C, third place goes to Lily Rounds with 58.1 points. Case and Keefe, second place with 64.2 points. And first place, Paul Bouclair with 86.1. In 3C, third place, Reese Wilcoxon with 30.8 points. Second place, Caden Bosse with 37.3. And first place, Jayla Jenkins with 113.2 points. In 4C, third place goes to Connor Harsh, 66.8 points. In second place, Kevin Whitmer with 69.5 points. And first place, Liam Vaughn with 128.1 points. In 5C, third place goes to Caleb Givens with 93 points. Second place goes to Miss Maddie Rounds with 101.1 points. And first place is Julian Ferrer with 505.9 points. That concludes the certificate part, but with things as they are, things are a little different, but I urge each of you to go places this summer, even if it means we have to physically stay at home. You can open a book and go someplace where there's cowboys, cattle drives. Go into the future with your Transformers. Go to Narnia, somewhere else in space. Legoland. In the words of Dr. Seuss, oh, the places you will go. And next, I invite Mr. Stromgren to come up with the spelling bee.
This was a very special year for OCES. Our fourth graders and fifth graders were able to participate in our local spelling bee, and then we also hosted our county spelling bee this year, and we had wonderful results. So for the competition for our local spelling bee, we had fourth graders, fifth graders, sixth graders, seventh graders, and eighth graders all participating against one another, trying to spell the word correctly. Sometimes they didn't know what the word meant, so they had to ask for a definition, or perhaps they had to ask to have it in a sentence. Representing OCES this year, we had Wyatt Pope, Jack Mullen, and Liam Vaughn, Tatum Little, Titan Price, Kaylin Boss, Hazel Phillips, Max Stevens, Madeline Rounds, Sawyer Dorsey, and Kyla Guadalupe. We always make sure that we have an alternative just in case one of those students isn't able to participate. And our alternates this year were Laurel Lowry, Julian Ferrer, Tori Dorman, Corrine Dorsey, Ava Christensen, and Sophia Brab. Now, the big part of this year was the fact that we had a fifth grader that won our local spelling bee and beat the seventh graders and eighth graders. So Sawyer Dorsey knocked it out of the park, and we can't wait to see what Sawyer's going to do as a sixth grader, a seventh grader, and as an eighth grader. Now, when we hosted our county spelling bee, we had wonderful results there too, because one of our former OCES students placed first place, one of our middle school students placed second place, and Sawyer placed third. So looking at the results there, I think we have a great chance of winning the spelling bee again next year, possibly, and the next year, when we'll just see what happens. Okay. Up next is Miss Kathy Webster with Bugs, bringing up grades.
Well, I'm not Kathy Webster, but I am going to give out the math contest awards. This year we had two of our elementary students travel to Pomona to participate in the Vera Mae Schultz mental math contest. Mr. Kramer was not able to be here today to make that presentation, but he is the sponsor of that. And our two students that actually competed in that mental math contest were Kinsey Bellinger and Colton Collins. They had to do a lot of calculating of math problems quickly, accurately, and all mentally. So Colton and Kinsey, congratulations for representing Osage City Elementary School at this math bee, and we appreciate all that you've done for our school. Up next now will be Kathy Webster with Bugs.
Thank you, Mrs. Paul. Boy, I really feel bad that we didn't get to have our barbecue, but we did the best we could, but our 4th and 5th grade students have the opportunity of being in the BUG program that is sponsored by the Osage City Kiwanis Club. And BUG stands for Bring Up Grades. To be able to earn BUGs, they must maintain or improve a grade or grades in core subjects. Also, each month we do a small reward for getting their required AR points in 4th grade. In 5th grade, they get a small reward for what we call super bugs. That reward is given for earning 3 points more than what is required in their AR grade. So, but most importantly is that they have respect, good attitude, and pride for our school. This year's been a little different. We do a pizza party in January for those students, in which we did. But under the circumstances, we could not do our bugs for second semester, so which we would earn the barbecue. Okay, we're back with you again. This is on bugs. Our 4th and 5th grade students have the opportunity of being in the BUG program that is sponsored by the Osage City Kiwanis Club. BUGS stands for Bring Up Grades. To be able to earn BUGs, they must maintain or improve a grade or grades in their core subjects. Also, each month, we do a small reward for getting their required AR points in 4th grade. But in 5th grade, they get a small reward for what we call super bugs. That award is given for earning 3 points above what is required on their AR points. Most importantly is that they have respect, good attitude, and pride. This year has been a little different. We do a pizza party always in January for those students that earn, in which we did. But under the circumstances, we could not do bugs for our second semester, which would have earned them the barbecue. Those that have been being awarded for their academic grades for the first semester for 4th grade are, in 4A, Nick Anisette, Allie Dorsey, Maddie Carnes, Titan Price, Sophia Brab, Keaton Dooling, Andrew Mann, and Raylan Spade. In 4B, Emerson Barrett, Colin Givens, Jack Mullen, Max Pearson, Leakin Teal, Hazel Phillips, Kinsey Bellinger, Madison Hippenstall, Carter Nieheiser, Hunter Synth, and Kimberly Knocker. Sorry, Kimberly, if I said that wrong. 4C is Waylon Buckman, Dylan Weddle, Kylie Davidson, Connor Harsh, Sawyer Speece, Liam Vaughn, Cheyenne Wiley, Ashlyn Ashbury, Kaylin Boss, Corey Dorsey, Corbin Reeves, Avery Tynan, and Kevin Whitmer. Those were your 4th grade bug winners. 5th grade is 5A, Colton Collins, Austin McConnell, Dylan Reeves, Leah Riemann, Carmen Selsenberg, Riley Staley, and Madison Wooderman. 5B, Brianna Burb, Zach Green, Tatum Little, Tyson Mullins, Olivia Renfro, and Roz Williams. 5C, Julian Ferrer, Brody Kirkpatrick, Maddie Rounds, Reed Silver, and Max Stevens. And those were the bug winners for this year. Thank you. And the next one up for perfect attendance will be Susan Smith.
I think that was for the Bugs kids, not for Mrs. Smith, but that's okay. Every year I say this, and I'm always amazed at how many of you. Next is Kinsey Bellinger, Olivia Renfro, Daniel Liang, and Rebecca Holler. So, for all of you, congratulations. I've got Mrs. Paul and Mrs. Webster coming right up.
We're going to give out certificates for K-Kids. K-Kids is a Kiwanis-sponsored organization that fifth grade students can join. K-Kids have several duties in our elementary school. They help monitor younger students in the gym in the mornings. They help younger students empty their lunch trays around lunchtime. They help me wipe off tables on Fridays when I'm shorthanded in the lunchroom. They have campus cleanups where they pick up trash around all 3 school buildings. They have collected money for UNICEF. They've hosted a food and hygiene product drive for ECAT. They've sold Valentines, and they've raised money for the American Heart Association during their Kids Heart Challenge. Now, in order to encourage K-Kid members to actually join, K-Kids have a swim party for recruitment in August. They also celebrated their winter break by having a Christmas party, and they will eventually have a modified lock-in in early August. We'd like to recognize the members of K-Kids. This is the first time that all fifth grade students actually join K-Kids. And each student will get one of these certificates. And on the certificates, there are gold stars, and there are silver stars, and there are blue stars. The gold stars represent 5 hours of service at our school. The silver star represents 1 hour of school service. And if they got a blue star, that means that they were an officer of K-Kids. So I'd like to recognize those students right now. Kaylin Connor, Chase Courtois, Brenna Bird, Colton Collins, Aiden Doak, Tori Dorman, Sawyer Dorsey, Emerson Dooling, Reagan Farwell, Julian Ferrer, Kenna Guerin, Luke Guerin, Caleb Gibbons, Zach Green, Kyla Guadalupe, Camden Jackson, Brody Kirkpatrick, Daniel Liang, Tatum Little, Lillian Lohmeyer, Laurel Lowry, Chloe Martin, Austin McConnell, Maddie Rounds, Allie Riley, Madison McFarland, Justin McKnight, Madison Patrick, Tristan Price, Olivia Renfro, Leah Riemann, Alex Sechrist, Colton Simpt, Daniel Shoemate, Cameron Silgenberg, Reed Silver, Riley Staley, Max Stevens, Sydney Strongram, Gunnar Tincher, Olivia Wiley, Roslyn Williams, Mason Werdeman, Tyson Mullins, who was our president, Dylan Reeves, who was our vice president, Alana Bookman, who was our secretary, Gracie Hokeson, who was our treasurer, and Lakin Peterson, who was our parliamentarian. We'd also like to recognize 3 students who had the most service hours in K-Kids. And those students are, in 3rd place was Maddie Rounds with 38 service hours. In 2nd place was Laurel Lowry with 40 hours of service. And in 1st place was Cameron Silgenberg with 45 hours of service. And each one of those students will get a special certificate recognizing their hours of service. Congratulations to those outstanding K-Kids members. Again, I would also like to thank Tyson, Dylan, Alana, Gracie, and Lakin, who are all of our officers for K-Kids. They made this year it was a very short year, but a very successful year indeed. I'd also like to thank the Kiwanis Club of Osage City for sponsoring K-Kids, and my assistant in crime, Kathy Webster, for helping me sponsor K-Kids. So thank you very much.
And we would just like to say thank you for what you do for K-Kids.
Well, thank
Because
you.
it's an unpaid position, and you'd put in a lot of work and a lot of extra effort. And if it wasn't for you, I don't know what K-Kids would be. So
Thank you very much. I
Enjoy.
appreciate that,
You
Mrs.
bet.
Webster. Thank you. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to recognize Jump Rope for Heart and Kids Heart Challenge. In March, the K-Kids members, thank goodness we were able to do this before everything kind of shut down the school. But K-Kids members participated in multiple jump rope activities to highlight their efforts in supporting the American Heart Association. As K-Kids sponsors, we'd like to recognize the students who earned the most donations for the American Heart Association. Basically, they had a week to do this, and that was it. In third place, raising $125 for the American Heart Association, was Austin McConnell. In second place, and this was as of March 13th, Chloe Martin, who raised $270.29. And in third place, because the money amount went actually after March 13th, was Maddie Rounds, who raised $323.77 for the American Heart Association. Congratulations to these three students, on their outstanding contributions, again, to the American Heart Association. I want to also send a thank you out to all the parents and patrons who supported our K-Kids during the AHA campaign. Thank you so much. Next up is me again with Caught Being Good students. Each week, teachers and staff members award students who have done something special to make our school better. Those students had either helped a teacher clean their classroom, helped a peer read a book, opened a door for a teacher, among other numerous good deeds. Students, if you're listening to this awards assembly right now, if you ever sat at the Caught Being Good table on Friday, I want you to stand up right now. Stand up. You know who you are. Yay! Parents, I encourage you to give your student a round of applause because these are some of the awesome students that make our school so worthwhile coming to. So thank you very much, Caught Being Good students. Next up from our tree board will make a presentation is Mr. Brian Strongram.
I also have with me Kathy Webster, the president of the Osage City Tree Board. Every year, the state of Kansas sponsors an Arbor Day contest for fifth graders in the state of Kansas. This year, with the help of Mrs. Kirkpatrick and Mrs. Savage, we were able to take some wonderful posters to competition. We had three winners: Chloe Martin in first place, Zach Green in second place, and Allie Riley in third place.
And of course, they all receive a book about trees, and this is the one for Chloe, and it was awarded from the Arbor Day Association of Kansas. But Zach and Allie, you will get yours a little later as soon as Barnes & Noble's opens up to where I can go purchase some books for you. So I hope you enjoy them, and maybe you can come help this summer plant trees or teach other kids about the importance of trees here in our town, okay? Thank you.
Up next is Mrs. Paul.
We just want to recognize some of the teachers who will actually be leaving the elementary school, and I just want to recognize them for their service to our students in school. First up, we have Mr. Stephen Rathert, who is our fifth grade band instructor. Mr. Rathert will be leaving, will actually be teaching middle school band. He'll be the actual director at Bazard Linwood School District. Mrs. Cheyenne Rathert, our fourth grade ELA teacher, will also be leaving us. She'll be leaving with Mr. Rathert, imagine that. And she's taken a position as a fifth grade teacher at Bonner Springs. Mrs. Tammy Cerna, our PE teacher, will be leaving the elementary PE area and moving to the middle school, high school PE position. Congratulations, Mrs. Cerna. Mrs. Diane Vaughn, one of our first grade teachers, will be leaving first grade and taking over our fourth grade ELA position next school year. And Mr. Jordan Tice, one of our interrelated teachers, will be leaving Three Lakes Co-op and teaching our PE classes in the elementary school. So congratulations to all of those teachers on their new positions. We wish them the best of luck in their futures. Now I'd like to introduce, and this really is for our fifth graders too, but sometimes when they're leaving our building, and especially now in this pandemic that we're in, we weren't able to recognize them as they should be recognized because they do contribute a lot to our school. So every 9 weeks, students in third, fourth, and fifth grades earn decals for these mortar boards that we have displayed in the hallways. Now the decals are for students who earn good grades, they participate in K-Kids, they've maybe gotten some good scores on their state assessment tests, and they have no behavior referrals to the office. The fifth grade students are the students we recognize today because they will not be returning to the elementary school. We have already given them their mortar boards. They will be moving on to sixth grade, which is in our middle school building, and I'd like to recognize those students at this time. Alana Buckman, Brenna Bird, Colton Collins, Kaylin Connor, Chase Courtois, Aiden Doak, Tori Dorman, Sawyer Dorsey, Emerson Dooling, Reagan Farwell, Julian Ferrer, Kenna Guerin, Luke Guerin, Caleb Gibbons, Zach Green, Kyla Guadalupe, Gracie Hokinson, Camo Jackson, Brody Kirkpatrick, Daniel Liang, Tatum Little, Lillian Lohmeyer, Laurel Lowry, Chloe Martin, Austin McConnell, Madison McFarland, Justin McKnight, Tyson Mullins, Madison Patrick, Laken Peterson, Tristan Price, Dylan Reeves, Olivia Renfro, Leah Riemann, Allie Riley, Maddie Rounds, Alex Seacrest, Colton Simpt, Daniel Shoemate, Cameron Silgenberg, Reed Silver, Riley Staley, Max Stevens, Sydney Strongram, Gunnar Tincher, Olivia Wiley, Roz Williams, and Mason Werdeman. Usually it's this time that I allow the fifth graders to throw their mortar boards in the air to celebrate their years in the elementary school. So, fifth graders, if you have your mortar boards, or if you don't, go get them. Please be careful and throw away. Congratulations, fifth graders, and good luck in middle school. We will miss you.
Yay!
I do have one announcement to make about returning Chromebooks to the elementary school. Collection Day, as we call it, will be Thursday, May 21st in the elementary gym. It will be very similar, parents, to our distribution day. We will adhere to social distancing and will keep numbers in the gym to a minimum. Parents will bring the Chromebooks and chargers to the elementary gym, check the Chromebooks in with one of the school secretaries, place the Chromebook in the student's next year classroom, which that will be given to you by the secretaries, pick up any awards certificate or certificates from today's awards assembly, and then pay and return any library books that you still might have out, and then leave from the elementary entrance. If you will not be able to return the Chromebook during this time, please contact the elementary office. And if your student's last name begins with A through H, your pickup time is 5 to 6 p.m. I through P, your pickup time is 6 to 7, or I should say turn-in time. And Q through Z, your turn-in time is 7 to 8. We hope that all of you have a wonderful summer. Just remember, the first day of school is tentatively set for Friday, August 14th from 8:05 to 11:30 in the morning. Enrollment is Wednesday, August 5th and Thursday, August 6th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. both days. Online enrollment is available for students who have been students at OCES starting July 1st. Preschool students, kindergarten students, and new students must come to open enrollment on August 5th and 6th. Again, thank you to all the students, parents, grandparents, community volunteers, teachers, and staff for making this year quite memorable. If you would like to watch our end of the year video, the link is at the top of your screen, and I'd encourage you to do so. Again, have a super summer.